Good morning, cello friends. This instructional video is just for you. We are going to wander away from our gold medal material just a little bit, and we are going to learn our final 6th grade scale, which in our case is the C major scale. You have been asking me since the beginning of the year, when do we get to play on our C string? Well, here we are, guys. April virtual orchestra. Here it is. We are going to learn our C major scale together. So this is one of 2 videos. This first video is going to walk you through all of the specifics of the C major scale, and I'm going to teach it to you in the exact way that I've taught you the other 2 scales that we've learned. I'm going to use my little whiteboard here, and I am going to start by drawing a little graph that should look really familiar to you. It looks kind of like a wonky tic-tac-toe board. Yes, this is the graph that we've used to plot out every other scale that we've learned, and in this case, it's going to be C. So the 2 vertical lines represent the 2 open strings that we are going to be using, and the 3 horizontal lines represent the tapes on our fingerboard. So the 2 strings that we're working with are our open C and our open G, the 2 darkest, deepest, most wonderful strings on the cello. So C and G is what we have, and then of course our horizontal lines are going to be labeled 1, 3, and 4. Okay, you're going to use first finger, 3 fingers, and 4 fingers. So I'm going to draw dots at all of the intersecting points. This is going to help us know which note is which. Okay, and now I am ready to go. I would take this moment to pause the video so that you can copy this onto a piece of scratch paper, a Post-it note, something to have for your reference, okay? All right, now thinking about a scale, couple of quick reminders. Number 1, remember, they are like a musical ladder. They go in a very specific step-by-step kind of order. In this case, we are going to use the musical alphabet. Everything on here is in musical alphabetical order. That is super important to remember. We talked about that in the D major scales and in the G major scales. Make sure you remember that. So, thinking along those lines, if we start on open C, the letter that comes after C in the musical alphabet is going to be a D. Yes, this is first finger D. We now know of 3 different Ds. We know of this low first finger D on the C string. We know of the open D, and we also know of that high D that we've played so many times on the A string. Okay, third finger. What letter comes after D? E. And in this case, it is just E. Not E sharp, not E flat, just E. After E comes the letter F. And in this case, it is just an F, or if you want to get fancy, F natural. Yes, this is the first time we've ever played an F natural before. After F in the alphabet comes which letter? G. And how convenient. Our next note is an open G. Perfect. Here's the tricky thing to remember though. What comes after G in the musical alphabet? Hopefully you're thinking that we start back at A. Yes, remember, the rule is in the musical alphabet, when we get to G, we immediately go back and start back at A. So my first finger on the G string is A. This should be a little familiar now because of the G major scale. My second finger, the letter that comes after A, is B. And I realize I just said second finger. I meant third finger. Sorry, I just finished all of the violin and viola videos. Apologies. Okay, and then finally, your fourth finger on the G string is a C. Yes, because it comes after the letter B in the musical alphabet. It is just C, not C sharp, just C. Okay, so here you have it. This is the completed graph for our C major scale. Make sure you have this written down somewhere, Post-it note, scratch paper, something. Okay. Your next task is to watch the next video, which is the practice video. I'm going to have my cello out and we are going to play through the C major scale. This should be the easiest 10 points you've ever gotten because you know how a scale works and your muscle memory should be able to take right over. So make sure to watch the next video and practice along with me.